Hi everyone, this is Brad here. We're going to cover one of my favorite features in MetaField, and that is being able to email or send your report the moment you're done reviewing it. Okay. Now, as we look at this, I just want to call out that I'm currently presenting to you on version 2023.4. So if this doesn't match exactly what you're trying to do today, just be mindful of versions might change a few things, but hopefully it's pretty straightforward either way. So what I want to call out real quick is we're going to look at a particular form as if we were a project manager doing their review and preparing ourselves to actually create and send the report. Okay, so let's go ahead and just find an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a dummy project here, just in the sandbox environment, and I think the one that I want to look at is we're going to look at a masonry inspection. Okay, so here's a masonry inspection. It's marked as complete. That's fine for now. But what we're going to do is kind of just pretend that we're ready to create the report, right? We've already done the review. We could have looked at it, made our adjustments as needed, right? Looked at the photos. You can make your adjustments here. You can also do it in batch. There's another video for that. But for now, what we're going to look at is we're just going to grab it, and we're going to come over here and we're going to click Finalize Report. So this is the opportunity for me, if I want to potentially sign it, I can. That might depend on the type of report you're looking at. But right here, I'm going to click Finalize Report. Right, so what the system is doing here, it's taking my data and it's assembling a deliverable for me. So as it does that, it just says, report finalized successfully. That doesn't mean I've emailed it yet. I've only just created the report itself. Now that report that we just created is going to be available inside of delivery. Right? Delivery is where your reports go for this project, and that's where you can store them, you can download them, you can sign them, and you can email them off to your client. But that's kind of your own internal copy. So what we just did there is we created the report, but we still have not sent it to the client yet. Well, what if I wanted to send it to the client right then and there as I reviewed it? How do I do that? So what we're going to do is we're going to back out to the very beginning, and we're going to go in and we're going to adjust that masonry inspection. We're going to look at the report and we're going to make a switch to it. So I'm going to come into administration. There's a couple of ways to get to reports. I'm actually going to go through the form. So we can come over here, we'll click forms, I'll look at my masonry inspection. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click report designer. Okay, so I'm going through the form, which is right here, and I'm going to click view template. Now, this is where you can make your adjustments to the deliverable, but what I want to do is notice that there's a couple of tabs for me to work with. The one that I want to focus on is right here called report settings. Okay, so we're going to scroll down a little bit, and we are going to focus on this one right here where it says allow emailing on Finalize. I'm going to flip that guy to yes, and I'm going to come over here and hit save. Okay, so we just made a minor adjustment. Let's go back to the very beginning, and we're going to open up that same record that we just looked at a few moments ago. Okay, so let's go find my masonry inspection. I think it's, yep, there it is. So we're going to repeat that process. We're simply going to grab it. We're going to pretend like we already reviewed it, and I'm going to hit Finalize Report. Again, I can sign it if I want. That can also be disabled, but it's this right here that I'm looking for. So instead of just finalizing it, I'm going to say, hey, I'm ready to email this right now. The review is done. So we'll click Finalize Report and Email. And as we do that, we're left with our little dialog here that we've already set up at the project level. So there's our message. We got our distribution list. All I need to do is hit send, hit email. So that report is now sent off to the client. Where my internal copy is, I can just sneak my way over into delivery. And so here's that report that I just created. I can see that it's been delivered to the client already. And here's my email log, right? So these are the people that I just sent it off to. You can take a look at it, but that's my internal copy. So again, the point of this is that if you want to email reports out right as you review them, you absolutely can. Just make that minor tweak to your report. And the last thing I'll just mention here too is I kind of said that there's two ways to get to your reports. The first way that I just showed, I went through the form itself. Right? I came through activity, I went to forms. You certainly can access all of your reports right here as well. So again, you can just go to report types. I can look right here for my masonry. Got a couple of them in here, I think. And so I can just simply click Edit Report Designer, and it's kind of a shortcut to what we were just at. So in this case, come down here, there's my little switch. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully you can put this into use for the reports that you want to get out the door right as you review them.